Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just setting up here. I swear, I am not good at getting this started. Okay, I think I'm live. I think I'm gonna go and check. Let me see if I'm live. How do I find... There we go. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to go... I'm new to this Facebook Live. I'm trying to figure out how to make this full screen. There we go. Okay, this is what I wanted. Okay, awesome. Okay, now I don't know if I will see the comments. Okay, I don't know anything right now. Okay, if somebody is here, can you let me know? Well, I guess I'll find out. I don't know if I can see the comments when I am in this mode. Live chat. Somebody's watching. Let's see. End of playlist. How do I get rid of this? I give myself a thumbs up. How do I get rid of that? Okay, let me see now if I see that. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so now I can get started. This is my first time going live for this new project I'm starting. Oh, I don't have anything to hold my phone. There we go. Okay, this is what I'm going to start working on. It's a little bit of a glare. Let me see if I can fix this glare. And if you are new, my name is Danita. I am the owner and designer on Etsy under UndoKarma. I am also on Facebook under Cut My Canvas, and here on YouTube. So I thought I usually go live on my Facebook, but I thought I would try going live on YouTube, because on Facebook you can only do vertical mode on my phone for video recording, whereas here on YouTube I can go in the horizontal mode. So I thought I would give this a try and see how it works. And I just bought this pattern from Herrschners. I'm super excited to get started on it. And I don't think it's quite 4 o'clock. Now, I got 10 more minutes. I'm going to see if I can maybe bring my phone back this way just a little. Alright, let's see how that looks. I know I got a glare, so I'm going to work on this glare. Let's see how that looks. If you're new and you've never watched any of my lives or been to any of my pages, please let me know where you're from. If you do plastic canvas, if you'd like to learn how to do plastic canvas. Okay, so this is not, let me see if I put this light this way. I'm trying to get the glare off of here, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's just on this. Let's see. This is the first time I've bought a Herrschners kit. The only thing about Herrschners, the reason why I've never bought anything from them before, is because they do not have any cutout guides for cutting it out on your plastic canvas. And if you follow their pattern, if you cut according to their pattern here, you're going to be a little off if you just follow the squares, unfortunately, because your first stitch actually takes 2 squares. So that 1 or 2 holes, you could say, that 1 hole, if you cut according to this, is going to throw you off. So my goal, I'm going to stitch the outline of each piece, and then I can get an accurate cut. Wow, this is like, I just finished, if you're new to my YouTube channel, I just finished the vintage haunted dollhouse. That one took me many months. If you go to my YouTube page, you'll find the playlist called Haunted Vintage Dollhouse. And that one I did live on my Facebook, but Facebook deletes all lives after 30 days, so I just uploaded my lives onto my YouTube channel here, and that way anybody can watch them anytime anyways. And also, I have no video editing program. I have no video editing skills, nor do I even have the time to edit videos. So all videos on my YouTube channel are raw, 100% real, unedited videos. So you get all my mess ups, my fumbles, word fumbles, errors, goofs, everything. Because I just don't have time. I don't have time to edit videos. I'm not doing this to make money off of YouTube. I like to use YouTube as a place to store my videos and to give other people access to the videos I make. Mostly plastic canvas. My hobbies are plastic canvas, gardening. I also have a lot of gardening videos. And I have chickens, and I have some cats, and hubby and I, we do walks. So yeah, and I just like to share with whoever's interested, and that's all. None of them are edited. I just throw them up there as they are. So yes, please, if you're new, please let me know where you're from, and if you garden or if you're crafting, if this is your first time here. I'm just waiting. I don't really want to get started at least until 4, because this was scheduled for 4 o'clock. I scheduled it on my Facebook page. If you follow me on my Facebook page, I will be putting links in the description of this live after the live. It may take me a day or 2, but I will do it. So if you're new and you want to wait a couple days, you can find the link. Or just go to Facebook and search for Cut My Canvas. You'll find it that way too. This is the kit from Herrschners. Now, when you get the kit from Herrschners, it has everything. It has the canvas. This is done on clear 7 mesh canvas, and there's 2 sizes in here: the artist size and the standard size. Let me put the camera up to give you a better view of everything, if I can figure it out. Let's see, I might give you a little more of a viewing plane there. And so this is everything, and I had brought in somewhere a nice little basket I was going to put everything in. What did I do with it? Oh no. I think I forgot to bring in my basket. I'm going to go run out real quick and grab my basket. Alright, I am back. Well, I could not find the original basket I was going to put my stuff in, but I found another basket. Ow, my back. Alright, I need to go to my Facebook really quick. And I wonder, I know what I need to do. I'm just waiting for some people to arrive, and then I will get started. So just give me just a minute. I just got to do something real quick. And then I'm going to start taking everything out of the bag. Alright, I just got to make a quick little post. Alright, almost done. I'm just trying to make a post on my YouTube to let everybody, on my Facebook. So everybody over there knows that I'm live here on my YouTube. Because normally, like I said again, normally I go live on my Facebook. So I'm just directing people over there. Okay. So now I can get... Oops, I was not done there yet. Now I can get started. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Somebody comes, somebody comes. So first I'm going to take out all the yarn. And there's 2 blacks. There's a big purple. And there's a big maroon, and then the two blacks, a green, and then there's a lot of little colors. So this basket just fits. It also comes with, I always forget what these are called, so that the arms and legs can move. So, because I'll probably forget later, they're in the basket. And then there should be a needle. I got the, I think I might have already taken the needle out. Yeah. It's a small needle. I don't like the small needles. Alright, so this can go over there. And then this is all the plastic canvas. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 your standard sheets, the 10.5 by 3.5 inch 7 mesh clear plastic canvas. And then it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of your, I call it the artist size sheet, which is 12 inch by 18. I know they have an even larger stiff. I call that one the jumbo. Alright, so everything is in my basket. And I'm just trying to determine where I want to put that. Okay, so next, do the pattern. Where to even start? Because I also have to do, I don't know. See, they don't even give you the size. So in order to figure out if I have to cut this from a standard sheet or the artist sheet, okay, you know what? Let's start by reading the instructions completely. Okay, how about that? All right, quick tips. I'm going to start with the quick tips. We are going to do some reading. Let me get a pen in case I want to circle anything, write any notes. All right, let's move this out of the way some more. Make sure my pen. All right, quick tips. Prior to beginning a project, look over the requirements and directions carefully. Mark your plastic canvas with a marker as you carefully count and lay out each motif before stitching, leaving at least 2 squares between motifs. Okay, now you understand what they say there. Now, honestly, I've been doing plastic canvas almost my entire life since I was just a single-digit child, and I have no idea what they are considering a motif. So this is the pattern, and as you can see, it's squares. Let me see if I can get you a close-up. As you can see, it's just squares. So what are they considering motif? The motif. It says, and lay out each motif before stitching, leaving at least 2 squares between motifs. So let's see if they give an explanation to what they are considering a motif. The tent stitch, also the continental stitch is your standard stitch. Overcast joining stitch, also considered, or whip stitch. No, whip stitch is just an edge. Your back stitch, straight stitch, running stitch, French knot. So no explanation of what a motif is. I may have to look that up at a later date. Okay, so then it says, I'm going to do this my way. Begin stitching on an uncut piece of plastic canvas to avoid snagging yarn or floss on ragged edges. Starting with the upper left stitch, if necessary, cover the plastic canvas edges with masking tape to avoid snags. Starting to stitch. All stitches begin on the back of your work. Okay, I know that. With threading needle, come up from the back or hold a 1-inch section. Okay, I know how to do this. Stitch the pieces, except where otherwise indicated. 10 stitches are used for all main areas. Cut away surplus canvas. Cut outside and trim the rough edges. Next, okay. Cutting your canvas. Always cut your canvas between the bars, making sure to leave 1 plastic bar between the stitches. Now see, what do you mean? They mean between the stitches. How can I cut in between the stitches? This is crazy. And cutting line. Okay, I see what they're saying now. But they have no cutting line on the pattern. By cutting between the bars, you will be assured an adequate amount of plastic for overcasting the edges when finishing. See diagram. And I take it this is the diagram. But see, they don't even show the stitches there. It's very vague. I find the instructions to be very vague on this. Definitely not for a beginner. I think a Herrschner should be for a seasoned crafter. Felt backing when included in kits. Okay, there's no felt with this kit. Helpful hint. Wrap seasonal items in acid-free tissue paper and place in an acid-free box. Store in a dark place, free from humidity or extreme temperatures. That is definitely true. Wooden frame backgrounds when included. Okay, joining two pieces. We're actually not going to be joining any pieces. We have those little copper things. Okay, so this really does not help much on what I wanted to know. Because what I want to know is, so what I'm going to have to do is count. Now I have out on my desk, I have how many holes are on a standard sheet and how many are on an artist. So I'm going to have to count again, and I'm going to write it down here. Standard. And then we're going to have to count the pattern. All right, I'm going to count how many holes this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30. I think it's 90 by 70. Let's see if I'm right. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, so it's 90. I believe it's 90 by 70. But just to make sure, I'm going to count this way. Oops. 10, 20, 30, 60. Yep. Okay, so it's 90 by 70. So your standard sheet is 90 by 70, and then what I call the artist sheet, I believe is 120. It's 120, I know that, by 80, I believe. So if we look here, we know this is 90. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yep. Okay. So, and then this way is 70, so it's 80. So the artist is 120 by 80. All right, so now we know. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is count each piece to find out. See, now I know the hands are going to get cut from the standard sheet, I would imagine. So starting with the head, I'm going to see. We know when looking at a pattern, each one of these squares is 10 holes. So, and looks like there's one hole missing, so this first one is 9 holes. So I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So it looks like this one is 80 by... Now, it's actually 81. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 by 70. So I think the head can get cut out of a standard sheet. So let's go through and see. I know the hands are going to be out of a standard sheet, because they only give you so much canvas. So let's see. This is the body. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20. Okay, this is 120. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 120 by 80. So this one is going to be a standard sheet. Let's see. How many? I mean, an artist sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it came with 4 standard sheets of canvas. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 artist sheets. So let's make sure we use the right ones. This one right here is a standard, artist. An artist sheet. So this one is standard. I would imagine I can cut both of these hands, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, standard from one standard sheet. So that leaves 2 more standard sheets. This is an artist size. I don't think this will in there. This is an artist size. This is artist, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, this is artist. Artist. So I kind of see how they did this now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So I'm not sure if they wanted this. They're considering this a artist size for... Okay, so here's the 2 standard. Okay, so this is a standard sheet, and that's a standard sheet for the shoes. So then all the rest are artist size sheets. Okay, all right, I see how they did that. All right, so the only thing I can think of doing is to start stitching. And where do I begin? What should I start stitching first? This is going to take me quite a while. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch, I'm going to just stitch the outline so that I can then get the cut. So if anybody else has done this Frankenstein before, if you did the Frankenstein before, did you stitch it up first and then cut it? Or did you make your cuts first and stitch it? I would love to know. Or if you plan on making it. So I'm going to just start with the head. And I have to find a needle. I hope I have one of my long needles in here. And I do. So that's all there is left to do. So please, if you're new, or let me know where you're from. If you're new to plastic canvas. If you're a seasoned crafter, if you want to learn how to do it, let me know in the comments. Please don't hesitate to say hello. I promise I will not bite. Alright, so all that's left for me to do now is to start stitching. So I'm going to start by getting some yarn. And already I have misplaced my scissors. Here they are. Nice quality worsted yarn, 4-ply, I believe. Black. 100% acrylic. Knit 18 stitches in 26 rows. It doesn't say. Alright. I will be stitching on this off camera, off lives when I can, but most of this is going to be done on the live. I may occasionally do some stitching off live, but it won't be a whole lot because I'm usually working. Alright, now where am I going to start? Now it tells you the top left. So it's wanting to start. Let's see if I can bring you down a little. Let's see how that looks. Now maybe I can get some light. Just trying to fix my light here. It doesn't want to go down. Okay. It's saying to start here. I usually start on the bottom left. And this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This is it looks like it's going to have possibly 1 row of play on this direction. But it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. and then have a little play. So it's going to have just a little bit off of this sheet. So I have a little bit of wiggle room. So maybe I should start it this way, but I'm going to start on this side, on the bottom left. Just because I like to start from left to right. Gotta put my foot up here. Okay. And then, so I'm going to count the stitches. This first row is where I'm going to start. I'm going to start this stitch right here. But I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to go over 6 stitches before I start with this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I'm going to go ahead and do 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over 6, and then I can start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I can start. I'm going to go ahead and do the first 9 stitches there. So I gotta make sure. I have a tendency to pull the project close to me, so I want to make sure I'm where you can see. All right, so we're gonna start off. I'm gonna hold the tail there. All right, so this is the first stitch. Hopefully you can see. And I'm gonna go ahead and do 9, and then I will make a full count how many I have to go across. I don't know if this is 4-ply yarn. It's almost stitching up like it's 3-ply, honestly. Need to go over further than that. The ear sticks out more. Oh my goodness, I did. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Tina. Oh my gosh, I missed the ear. I'm so blessed for you. Thank you. Already frogging my project. I totally did not look at the ear. Wow, I would have been so upset with myself. I would have done a lot of stitching before I'd have noticed that with the ear. You just saved me so much wasted time. Thank you. Okay, so let's recount on this. I'm gonna see if I can line this up. Looks like, so there's 3 stitches. Okay, so actually, yeah. 1, 2, let's count to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 stitches before I get to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. Yep, 9 stitches. Hi, Diane. Yes, thank you, Diane. Yeah, I didn't recognize your YouTube name. It will, Tina. Yes, definitely. I gotta get with you on this, Tina. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'd have to start over 9 stitches now. So let me count how many. 10, 20, 30, 40, 49, 50. So then I'm going to do 50 stitches. Oh, that would have been such a nightmare, Diane. Thank you so much. I'm starting off bad already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Ugh. Diane, did you make this guy already? I know a couple of you ladies have made it, but I just can't remember who. 5. I am going to put a mark there so I don't have to sit here and continue to count. Okay, I have to go over 50. So I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 30. Oh, shoot, I just messed up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 50. Okay, right there is 50. So I'm going to put a needle so I know 50 stitches. All right. Now I can just stitch. How are you ladies today? Are you ladies keeping warm up there? I'm going to move this out of the way. Any relief from the cold? I can't believe I'm starting the Frankenstein. Tina, I haven't forgotten about you and your invoice. I had to go with hubby today. We had to do another clean out or move out. One of our customer ladies is moving and she wanted to get rid of some furniture and other stuff, so we had to go move. I'm going to try and make it to the post office between tomorrow and Friday. Oh, yay! I haven't got a goodie box in the mail in a long time. Count to make sure you have correct bars at the end. Yeah, I'm going to double count it. Definitely. I'm going to do lots of counting on this. Diane. But I can't count and talk at the same time. That's why I made a little note there. That should be. Yeah, their pattern, I don't like how they don't have the cutout. I'm so used to having the cutout bar, cutout line on the patterns. And then the stitches, it's not even really doesn't show the stitches either. It's more like a cross stitch. Be excellent for cross stitch. Oh my goodness. Imagine doing him in cross. Wow. I bet you it looks super cool, but it would take twice as long. Henry is sitting up here in my window watching me stitch. And you know, I forgot something on my flat Grinch. There is something missing on him. Does anybody know what's missing on the flat Grinch? We shall see how long this takes me. I also wanted to start the Gingerbread Village. I will be going live again Thursday, the same time here on... How do you guys like the horizontal view? Do you like it better watching on your phone in the horizontal mode, or do you like it better over on Facebook when it's in the vertical mode? I feel like there's more viewing space in the horizontal mode. Yeah, Tina, I don't blame you for not wanting to go out in that cold, snowy weather. The cold we had here was very cold for us. We're not used to it, and I was depressed, so I can't even imagine what you ladies go through up there. All right, coming to the end here. Maybe I will just stitch one full piece at a time. That's just what I'm going to do. I was just going to do the outlines of everything and then cut them out, but I'm not. Okay, now I should have 50 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 49, 50. Okay, I have 50 stitches there. I can put this guy back. And I'm going to double check, double count. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 49, 50 stitches. So I should have 9. I need 9 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With 1 left. So it's perfect. I did it. Thanks you, Diane. Thank you to Diane for catching my very first error. Now everything else is... So I'm going to do another row. Do the next row. Can you guys see? Let me fix my light real quick. Oh, my knees get stiff. My light is kind of backwards at the moment. There we go. All right. Let's see if that's better. I forgot my my phone holder here. Okay, so a needle pulling thread. All right. There's also not, it's a very, very, very short delay, whereas on Facebook, there's like a 1 to 2 minute delay sometimes from actual to on my video, the phone when I'm watching it. So that messes me up a lot. Okay, so I just did this very first row here. It's 50 stitches. So what I'm going to do now is starting here and go back and do this second row. And there's 1, 2, 3. So I have to come over 3 before I start. Then I'm going to go over and do an extra 3 on the other end. All right, 1, 2, 3 stitches ahead. Oops. And again, in case anybody comes in that's new, I'm doing... I also want to do the snowman and the Santa. So I have plans to do all 3 of their jumbos. So if anybody, if anybody goes to Herrschners on a regular basis, and you know when the Santa is on sale, I would love to be notified so I can buy it. This one I got on sale. I think it was $10 off. Not a lot, but hey, that's $10. And I've never spent that much money on a plastic canvas project in my entire life. So, needless to say, it took me a little while before I clicked on the pay button. But it was exciting after I did once it was done, a done deal. But with this, I'm hoping I can get an accurate cut, excuse me, for each piece. And that way, if anybody ever needs any help, if they want to cut the pieces out first, I can cut that for them. But I'm thinking it might be easier to just stitch it up and then cut. I don't know. I can't wait to see it finished. I don't know if my thing froze up here or what's going on. So I don't know if anybody heard me up out of the horizontal view or the vertical view. How did I just do that? Oh, cool. So if anybody's curious to what I think is missing from my flat Grinch, let me know in the comments. There's something missing on him. I need to take him and the flat bat out for some adventures. And yes, I will be closing the Adventures of Flat Stanley group. I just do not have the time to really maintain that group or even post in it. Unfortunately, I don't have the time and it's not very active. So yeah, I'm just going to let that group fade into the darkness. Oh boy, I think I'm going to have to sneeze. Can everybody hear me? Let me make sure. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Yes, okay, thank you. I just put it there because I was getting worried. Thank you, Diane. Oh, excuse me. Whew. At least that one gave me warning. Thank you, Tina. I know on Facebook I would freeze up on the chat sometimes, so just checking. All right. Oh, my goodness. I guess Henry left. Henry's got a new hammock now. Now he has 2 hammocks. I'm making him a hanging like hammock swing now. All right, 2 rows down. All right, so I just finished this row, the second row. And now the third row has another color coming in. a second color is going to come in here. Can you guys see the pattern all right? Okay. The third row that we're on, it has the second color coming in. So I'm going to stitch up this right here. So I have to start on the left side, and there's 2 stitches previous. And then, so there's a total of, this is 10 because it's in the box, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to do 15 stitches here and stop, starting at 2 before. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And guys, I'm going to bring the camera closer to me because I'm having to reach out. There we go. There we go. I think that'll be easier for me. Yes. Now I can pull it closer to me. Okay, now on the pattern here, alright, so I just ended up right here. And I'm not going to like jump all the way over here with the black. What I'm going to do, I only have this little bit of yarn left. So what I'm going to do is just jump back and do this little row here. So I have to, so it's one, okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 stitches in this little row, and it starts 1 row, 1 stitch on the left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to start with that stitch and stitch it over. So it starts off with 1. Starts off with 1 before this stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then if I look, the first stitch lines up with the first stitch. Yep. The first stitch here lines up with the first stitch here. So it's another way to verify you're in the right spot, which I am. See, they kind of line up. So then I just go all the way over this way and do 1 past the previous row. Oh, my yarn wants to fall out. All right, I still have a little more black. I need a pointer. I'm going to use this as a pointer. Okay, so I just did this row right here. So the next stitch is in the same row, and it goes all the way over to here. I don't have enough yarn, but I'm just going to go ahead and start with and see where I end off with this little bit of yarn. In the beginning, I was reading the instructions, and they talked about you could use painter's tape or paper tape to put on the edges if the edges are rough, like, you know, I guess when you cut the canvas. I've never done that. I never even thought of doing that. Has anybody ever taped the edges of the canvas while you were stitching? I know with the the flat Grinch, because I sewed on the back piece to it, I couldn't whip stitch the edges until it was done, and he was a little rough around the edges there, stitching him up. But I never thought of taping the edges, so I'm just curious if anybody has ever done that. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get any more stitches out of this black. Now, I'm a messy back. Some people have very neat backs. Are you a messy back or a neat back? And what I mean by in the back of your piece. Mine's always a mess. I don't really care. But I know some people, their backs, I don't even know how they do it. It sometimes looks exactly like the front. Diane said she used to tape the edges when I cross-stitched, so it didn't... yes, that's true. I used to also use those little wooden round hoops. Okay, I'm going to stitch these 2 rows here of this color. So let's find out what color this is. I don't even know where the... Okay, here it is. The symbol chart. So this... square with tiny little dots in it. So it's this one, square with tiny little dots in it, and it is eggplant. Now, let's see if it's this purple. And it is eggplant. So this is it. Right, let me find... Oh, look at Herrschners does. They put the little easy stray. Wow, I wish all yarn companies did that. Okay, this should be good. And it comes right off of there. I gotta put my foot up. Okay, so this first row, where am I? Okay, so this first row is going to be easy where to start, but I have to know where to end. And it looks like it's going to end... I don't feel like counting all this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It ends 7 stitches in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's where I'm going to end it. 7 stitches in. I'll get this tiny little needle. 7 stitches in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it ends on this row. Okay. And you know what? Let's redo this. I like to stitch against the I'm going to go start it this way, and then I can just end here. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then start on the 8th one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it starts on the 7th. 6 starts on the 7th. So right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Then when my needle goes against this row, it's going in. So it kind of like keeps the colors together neater, I think. And now I don't have to count because I'm just going to end down there where it ends. Well, it takes a very talented person to design this. I wouldn't even know where to start. Oh, sorry, my feet. I have very little feet room under this desk here because there's totes stored under it. I used to do a lot more cross stitch way back in the day when I had More free time. My mother did a lot of cross stitch. She did some wonderful pieces. You can do so much more details with cross stitch. I've done some cross stitch on plastic canvas with the 10 mesh. Oh my goodness. I much prefer working with small pieces. I used to do cross stitch too. You did too, Tina? Cross stitch? When's the last time you did cross stitch? Has it been a while? Did you do it on the fabric or the Ada cloth? Or my mother used to do it on shirts too. She used this like pull away, I don't know what it's called, template, I guess, or canvas. She used it to cross stitch the design on the shirt, and then it like came off. I don't know. But she would do cross stitch. She'd make the grandkids shirts. She made me shirts. Like a little Christmas shirt. She cross stitch Christmas design on it. Did you just do it on the fabric, Tina? Or did you ever use plastic canvas? What was your go-to to do cross stitch on? I liked it with the hoop. Alright, so that row's done, and then we know where we're going to start the next row. So I just did this row. So I'm going to jump over here, and then this row is going to come, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches past the first row. So I'm just going to jump over here. Oh, I like this purple against this black. Eggplant. Tina, I tried to do what you do with your pumpkin patch. The pumpkins I had bought for Halloween, I bought the grandkids pumpkin to carve, and then I bought an extra one that I was going to carve for myself, but I never did. And anyways, I ended up cutting it open and letting the chickens pick away at it. They kind of weren't that crazy about it, so I just matched it up and threw it in my front little mini food forest, like in November. And just a few weeks before our freeze, there was an actual pumpkin growing, and it looked beautiful. And it was even starting to flower. Oh my gosh. And then the freeze came, and I put this big blanket over it to protect it. And the first 2 nights, or the first night, 1 or 2 nights, it worked great. And then I came up with this brainstorm idea because I would forget to take the black pot off. So I came up with this brainstorm idea to put stakes around it and then put plastic around it, but enough to where the plastic wasn't touching the plant, the pumpkin plant, because it didn't have a much long of a vine yet. And then we got that hard freeze, and the next day it was dead. It was so sad. I might have had my first pumpkin. I was so sad. Tina says I just did it on the canvas, a fabric type material that come with the kits. Okay, yeah. So you got the little kits. I remember those little kits. I remember when you used to be able to go into Walmart and the craft stores, and there was all kinds of plastic canvas kits, cross-stitch kits, and pattern books. I remember I used to love to just go in there and look through all the pattern books, and I'd want to buy one. And I remember sometimes it would be so hard to decide which book to buy. I miss the pattern books. I do. They just were so much better. Okay, how many after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I don't know if I have enough to do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna just make it 6, 7. I do. I miss the day. I'd sit back there in the craft aisle for an hour. I'd go through every single pattern book. They had the craft magazines. Ugh. And then the internet came along and ruined it. Okay, ladies, I gotta stand up and turn my ceiling fan off. It's getting cold in here. Okay, I don't think I have a gentleman in here watching. If I do, let me know. And then let me know you're here. Say hi. And then I will reference ladies and gentlemen. Okay, moving right along here. Should I continue with the... I'm going to cut a little bit more of the eggplant. And go ahead and do this little bit here. I don't want to start this yet till I do the black. So I'm going to just cut a little bit and see if I can finish this here. And then I think it'll make it easier to continue with the black. So let's cut a little. Let's just see how far this gets us. I'm probably going to try different times here and there in these lives to see which one works best for the most amount of people. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, so I just finished this row. So this one here starts 1 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? So see this? If I start this way, I'm going to end up all the way over here. Then I have to waste yarn to jump back all the way over here to these 3 stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this end and work my way this way, and then I can continue here. So this side here starts the second stitch in on this first row of purple. And then it works 1 over. So I'm going to start that. I'm going to start this one here and work this way, and then I'll be over here to finish. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. So it starts 1 over from this first row. And if anybody watches this at a later date after the live and you have questions or comments, feel free to put them down there in the comment section at any time. I will get the notification. And if you have a question, I'll be happy to answer. Alright, and then I have one over. And then I'm just going to keep stitching until I run out of the purple. So I'm just going to keep stitching these rows here until I run out of purple. Alright, so it's 3. I have still seen a few crochet pattern books in the craft store. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Definitely no more plastic canvas or cross stitch. I'm hoping by doing this live for this kit that it'll be a reference for anybody in the future if they're fairly new to canvas or whatever and they get stuck on it or anything, they might find some help from this video. These videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I just did these 6 rows of 2, so now I got 1, 2, 3, and then that is done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This is pretty nice canvas too. It feels like Hobby Lobby's canvas is what the feel of it is. Yeah, some canvas is thicker, like harder than others. Hobby Lobby has nice soft canvas, and Walmart's is very similar. All right, this is what we got going on so far. All right, I'm going to continue on with the black. I'm just going to stitch until I can't stitch anymore. All right, where are we going? All right, I'm going to go ahead and stitch here. I'm going to get this row in. Then I'm going to do this row. Then I'm going to do this row. And then I'm going to do this row and jump over and come here. Well, I like to try to not waste a lot of yarn. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. I'm going to stitch here. And then I'm going to come up one row. It's going to be kind of backwards. Stitch here. Then I can just jump right across here and go all the way down. That's what I'm going to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3. This is making me sleepy. 4, 5. 3. That's 1. Yep. Alright, then I can go back down this row above. There it is, one of my hairs. Inserting my DNA to it already. Oh, there's another hair. Jeez almighty. So now I have to design, the next flat I'm designing is Flat Bat's friend, Flat Robin. I already know how I'm going to make him. But I have to finish the Grinch. He's missing one last piece. Nobody knows what. So it'll be a secret. Working on Frankenstein's big head. Frankenstein has a big head. Oh, that would be cool to have a jumbo ghost. That would have to be stitching together all the pieces because it would have to be one great big ghost. That would be cool. I've been wanting to make a video on stitching two pieces together. There was something I was going to make. Oh, my Grinch Christmas tree. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Jeez. I never finished that. I actually have several projects I've started and I have not finished. I need to finish the Grinch tree. I should do that before I start another flat. My Grinch, Jumbo Grinch Christmas tree. I have the one that was donated to me. Was it by you, Diane? I think it was you, Diane, that donated a completed Grinch Christmas tree. And I have it on the wall on Henry's shelf. So he has his own little Christmas tree. And it's just so cute there. I've left it up there all year. Sometimes I get bored doing the same color row after row. I get bored very easily. So I usually have to switch colors, jump around on the pattern. Sometimes I'll do a row on the top and then a row on the bottom and then a row on the top until I come together in the middle just to make it a little exciting. See which row goes first. I don't know. I jump around a lot. Otherwise, I get very bored very easily and very quickly. Okay, so I kind of ended up on this second row right around here somewhere. So I'm going to go down this next row. I'm going to have to jump down. And for a while there, all the stitches line up here. So I'm on the second row now. So I'm going to just continue on till I run into this first little section of the hair. So the rest of the black is just black. So I'm going to keep going back and forth. And 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. I'm going to do 4 rows underneath here, because then I start hitting into these little sections. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to just jump down here. I like to stitch myself over to the edge there. There we go. Now I'm at the end. I wish I could play some music. I tried to during my live the other day on Facebook, and Facebook sent me a message. Said it detected copyright music playing in the video. So I said, fine, I'll turn it off. Maybe I have to just search for some royalty-free. It's called royalty-free music that I can play. It does keep the stitching from becoming monotonous. I think that's the accurate word to use. How long can you sit and stitch at one time? Oh, my back itches. I gotta itch my back. What's the longest you sat and stitched at one time? I don't know what mine is. Usually not super long. It's difficult to sit in my recliner and do anything because the recliner puts me to sleep. Usually I have to sit at my desk, and then... So, I mean, the longest is just a couple hours for me. I wish it was more. I would do more. I want to be able to sit and stitch. I would love to just sit and stitch all day for one entire day. I would love to be able to do that. I may have to do that soon. I don't know. You guys have to let me know if you prefer the lives on Facebook with the vertical view or on YouTube with the horizontal view. You people are the ones viewing it, so that's really what matters. I wanted to try this horizontal view. I like the horizontal view. I feel like you can see more. The horizontal view, I think, is like a lot of wasted space up. Just a lot of wasted view when I need more side to side. I don't know why Facebook won't let you do it. You have to get like fancy cameras to do horizontal on Facebook. And I did buy a little body cam off of Amazon. I was gonna try that for like gardening and crafting, but that thing was just way too complicated for me. I don't have the time to sit and figure out something like that. This yarn does stitch up very nice. It's very smooth. Some yarns are a little rough, and you can tell when you're stitching. They pull through the holes a little harder. Then again, this doesn't. I don't know if it's 3-ply, 4-ply. Let me see. Yeah, see, I think no. This is just 2-ply. Or is it 4-ply? Can't quite tell. But it seems a little thinner than like your Red Heart yarn. It's like it just makes the coverage on the canvas. Alright, so I gotta do this row here first. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. So these are all the same now. I went to Lowe's with husband this morning. He had to get some materials, and my favorite place is the garden center. So that's where I went, and they had racks of plants for 75% off, which, yeah, they were all had frost damage. But if you have a pretty good knowledge of plants, some plants, it doesn't matter as long as what's under the ground is not affected anyways. And if you see any green, if there's any life on it, a lot of them will bounce back. So yeah, I have to start rebuilding my gardens because I lost just about everything. So yeah, I stocked up and got some great deals at 75% off. So yes, if you're looking for some new plants, you might want to check out your Lowe's. I don't know about Home Depot. I don't really like Home Depot's garden center. I like Lowe's. I think they're better. But yeah, I got some Exorias, a hibiscus, some marigolds, which are very beneficial for your gardens when you're growing food. And something else. I can't remember the name of it. It's another flower. Yes, like the marigolds, they were 50 cents. And marigolds are so easy to bounce back. And plus, a lot of them had flowers, so you even just getting the seeds from them. Okay, I'm gonna just keep on going with this black. I'm gonna get this row done. Yeah. I don't know if you would have that in places up north because it's common for you guys to have these temps, so they probably do things differently. But here in Florida, we don't get those hard freezes. I can't ever remember it being like it was here. It got here. So yeah, everybody's yard here has dead trees and dead flowers, and You just drive around and plants in everybody's yard are dead because, you know, a lot of stuff that grows here is tropicals. It's crazy the different weather patterns and you just different places on the planet. Maybe what I'll do, I don't know. I just had a notion, but I don't know. I could do the gingerbread village lives on Facebook and do the Herrschners Frankenstein live. Keep that here on YouTube, and then I can like compare notes. That might be an interesting little theory. I might have to give that a try. One of the things I do like about these lives is I can just sit and stitch. I've been trying so hard to make more time for me to stitch, but it's difficult sometimes with our overactive lifestyle. I have to help hubby a lot, you know, his small business. It's our main income. So yeah, I have to help with the business a lot. And then I try to keep mine running. And then I love to do a lot of gardening, and I have to tend to the chickens and the cats every day, and I prepare a lot of food we eat, laundry, housekeeping, yard maintenance, gardening. Yeah, never a dull moment. There's just never enough time in the day. But I really, really, really want to stitch more. I really enjoy making the patterns. And I really wanted to sell at craft fairs, but I haven't made a single piece yet to sell. I don't see how. Then I wanted to make Christmas presents for next year. I just don't know how I'm going to do it all. I don't know how. Okay, what is 3 rows? And I needed to do 4. So 1 more row. I did make a little video of my front yard showing everything that's dead. I had 2 racks of bananas. Those are gone. I will not get any bananas this year now. I'm so sad on that. And I had so much papaya fruit. The chickens are sad on that. I know I've been talking about it for a while now. I need to just move on. I'll be going to the flea market tomorrow. I've gotten a lot of herbs from there, and I have gotten some of my trees from there, from the flea market. It's great prices. Way cheaper than going to a nursery or a big box store, and I've always had success from what I've bought at the flea market. And, you know, I'm helping a local neighbor out. Yeah, that's the way I like to do it. Wow, Frankenstein has a big head. This is just the head. Oh, that's right. The body. Now, I do have to sew together the body. So I will be sewing some pieces together because the body. Yeah, so I'll be able to show how to sew the pieces together. Yeah. Great. I will be able to make a video of that. I should have put my wrist band thing on. I'm starting to feel it in my hand. See, I'm getting tired of doing the black now. I'm gonna have to do a different color next. I've had enough of this black. Do you like to do all one color at a time, where you like to do all of the one color and then you move on to the next color? Or do you go row by row? Or do you have what specific way do you like to stitch your projects? I would love to know. Maybe I can learn something new to do. Do you like to do all the outlines? Sometimes I'll do the outlines first. Or I like to do like the complicated counting parts first, so that the rest I don't have to like the rest will be just fill in, so I don't have to keep referring to the pattern. Maybe I'll work a little on this tonight, because I know after this live I'm not going to be working on any orders. And then tomorrow I have a flea market. Oh gosh, I've got so many orders to do. To cut. And I can tell this weather has definitely affected people's shopping habits. Because my Etsy sales have gotten very slow, and I know it's due to the extreme weather all around the country. A lot of the northerners are not shopping. Yeah. Can always tell when something's going on in the country, whether it's holidays. Holidays affects the sales. The time of the year. Shoot, I'm doing this without counting. Okay, I'm just going on and on and on. All right. All right, I did all right. All right, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I did 4. Ooh, and I missed. See there? I was talking away. I missed over here on this side. I mean, I don't have to like take all this out, but I want to. It's just a couple stitches. Keep it going in the right direction. All right. Okay, now I can truly finish this row over here. Okay, now I can start the next row. There we go. I could also go down this way and come back. I could do it either way, But I'm going to go ahead and finish this way. So let me get close so you can see. So I just finished these 4 rows. And see on this 5th row, it starts back with the purple, the eggplant color. So here, I'm going to start here and do, this is 10 stitches, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm going to go over 20 stitches and then stop. All right, this makes 20. Okay. So then there's going to be this here. So I just skip one, and then I got to come over, and then there's going to be another one. So this is the one I just stopped at. So I'm going to skip a stitch and then go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So then I'm going to stitch 15 more black, and then I'm going to skip one again. Okay, so there's 15, and then I'm going to skip the one and then just continue the row. This can't be that exciting to sit and watch. I try to find interesting things to talk about. If anybody wants me to talk about something, put it in the comments. I'm always up for suggestions of little topics that I could talk about to entertain you while I sit and stitch. Because it's got to get very boring to sit and watch me stitch. You probably aren't, so you're probably just listening to me, which I don't blame you. What can I think about? What can I talk about? I don't know. I know my hand is starting to hurt. So I may have to take a break here after this black. I've gotten quite a lot done so far, I think. I'm happy with the amount. Oh, my thumb is starting to hurt. Okay, so I'm at the end here. which is here, and then it just goes back. So I'm just going to finish this yarn, this black, going back down the next row. Oh, coming out. There's my ugly back. Baby's got back. I got an ugly back, an ugly back, an ugly back. I got an ugly back. Oh, there's the start. Not bad. So we got the first 10 rows done. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. What time is it, people? 5:30. It took me an hour and a half. Oh, I gotta stretch the back. So now I'm starting to come into the little bangs. I'm debating. I really should do at least one more row of black before starting any other color. I might do his eyes in cross stitch. I don't know, sometimes it just, the little details. I don't know, they designed them pretty well here. Get a... It'll be interesting. We'll see. I'll just do it regular canvas first and see how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and do one more row of black. Even though I'm sick of doing the black already. There's really no way around it. Okay, so I know this row, I'm going to just keep going where it was and get back to this there. Keep on trucking. I'm still kicking myself in the butt. I don't know if any of you remember. It was last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. I don't know if it was in January, but I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was before Christmas. So I think it was in December. I'm kicking myself. I don't know if you guys remember the video I put up. I was at the flea market and somebody had a tote full of a vintage train in plastic. Somebody had stitched up in plastic canvas. And I can tell by looking at it that it was definitely a vintage. It was stitched up over 20 years ago. It's the cutest. There was and it was only asking $20 for the tote full of other pieces. And I didn't get it. And then I wished I did. Okay, so I am right here. I just finished right here. No, I'm sorry. This right here. This row, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna skip this one and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm gonna be skipping another one. Yeah, I wish I would have bought that vintage train. That was just super cool. Even if to make it a nice prize to give to somebody, I don't know. I believe when we walked past the guy later, it was gone. Okay, so there's the 6. Okay, let me get it in view here. So there's the 6, so now this bang here, and then I'm going to come over here to the next one and stop. I'm always looking for yarn and crafty stuff at the flea market. It's not, once in a while I might find something. I have yet to find plastic canvas itself, anything plastic canvas there except for that completed vintage train set. There is a lady that, her and her husband, they are Asian, Japanese, some in the Oriental people. I don't know what to put, but and she sells her crocheted baby clothes and stuff. And she's been there for a while, so I don't know how well she does. Okay, where am I? I just did this stitch here, just left off here. So now I gotta skip 2, and then I'm gonna stitch all the way over, and then I'm gonna turn around and come back and stop at the same place. 2. Yeah, so I don't know, the flea market, and it's like only 2 miles from my house. That's why I go there frequently. I like it on Wednesdays because I've been doing like a little fasting on Wednesdays. So like tonight, it's Tuesday, after dinner, which actually I'm not eating dinner. I had a big lunch, so that's all I'm eating today. And I won't eat again until after the flea market tomorrow. So I get up, I go to the flea market. I usually get there between 8 and 9. And it can take 2 hours to walk through, so I get good a walk exercise in. And it helps me forget that I'm hungry. That's the only time I can do a long fast is when I go to the flea market. Because then I get super excited because after the flea market, I treat myself. I found this little Chinese store that sells General Tso's bean curd, which is General Tso's tofu. And oh my god, it is so good. I am addicted to it. So that is my treat for doing a fast and going to the flea market. So yes, Wednesdays, I look forward to my Wednesdays. It is like the best thing I have ever tasted. And it's the only thing I get. So that is usually my Wednesday ritual. I usually have to take, a little Advil PM to help me stay asleep for the night because I cannot do it if I wake up like I do sometimes at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I get hungry. Now I can't do it. I have to be able to sleep a good night in order to do the fast too. It's very difficult. If anybody's ever done any fasting, let me know if you've done fasting on like 4 hours of sleep, because one of the easiest ways to do the fasting is when you're asleep. If you sleep 6 to 8 hours, that's half of your fast gone right there. So if you just don't eat for a couple hours before you go to bed, and then you go to bed and you get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and then you just get up, you're not gonna eat right away as soon as you get up. It could be an easy. I try to do a 16-hour fast. That's like the sweet number for me. Yeah, but if you're not sleeping but 3-4 hours, that's like, for me anyways, it's very difficult. It'll ruin it. It'll ruin my day. And sleep is a big issue for me, thanks to the big M. It just varies. I have noticed. No, I haven't noticed. I don't even know what I was talking about there. That was a brain fart. That's from the big M too. Okay, I'm coming. I don't even know if anybody's listening to me or not. I feel like I'm just talking to the wind. Okay, I just got, let me get in position here, to this stitch right here. I don't like the camera view this way. And I'm looking at the pattern upside down too. Just, I don't want you to just think that your camera is upside down. I am holding the pattern upside down because I'm stitching him upside down. Just want to make a note of that. So I just did this stitch right here. So I'm going to jump across 2 again and then go to this one. And then I'm just going to do 4 stitches after the next one. So let's do that real quick. I don't know if anybody's listening to me. Let me know if you want me to talk about something, so I don't bore everybody with useless blah 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 blah. My hand is starting to really hurt. I did not wear my glove, and I'm feeling it. This may be the last string I do for tonight. Okay, so I go to this one, and then it was stitch 4, and then I have to skip 1 again. Yep, skip 4. I mean, stitch 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so I just did this row of 4 here. So I'm going to skip 1, stitch 1, and then I skip this next one and then go to the end. Skip, stitch, skip, stitch. Skip, stitch, skip, and stitch. Alright, so I'm going to turn this around this way. And just quickly, I got to give my hand a break. So I'm going to start using my left for a little bit. If I'm sitting in the right position, I can stitch with both hands. Sometimes I like to with either hand, I should say, not both at the same time. Well, yeah, I'm actually using both at the same time. I am so gonna hang him on my wall. Right now I have a lot of my Halloween decorations hung in my room here. I'll have to share a photo sometime of my Halloween bedroom. I've turned it into a Halloween room because it's technically my craft room that we just sleep in. Well, I'm happy with how much I got done already. I might take this out there in my recliner and work a little more on it to have more finished by Thursday's live. Same time, same channel. 4 o'clock on Thursday. Wouldn't that be cool if I could just go live Monday through Friday? And just sit and stitch. Okay, I'm on the end here, and I'm going to look at the pattern. And I do keep going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think, alright, I can keep going this way before. I can't wait to start stitching his face. See his eyeballs. I wonder how he would look if you just gave him jumbo googly eyes. I might have to get some just to put them on him to see how he looks. Not to like permanently put it on him, but I might have to do that just out of curiosity to see how he would look with googly eyes. Okay, peeps, that's it. I think I'm gonna have to call it a day. Oh, I'll just leave it there. Looky there, not bad, not bad for our first day into it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think so far? Yes, I can't wait. We're starting to get into his bangs up here. I'm so excited. Yeah, I can see why the red and the purple are larger skeins. I do like the colors they chose on him. Let me put him down more. The orange shirt, maroon pants. They did it. The designer did a very, very good job on this, I will say. I kind of think that would have looked better black. I don't know. All right, for all of you that have stuck around and watched me boringly stitch away, thank you for joining. And again, I will be live here again this Thursday, also at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I can't promise I'll have any more stitched on this, but I will try. Definitely try. All right, everybody, thank you again, and have a lovely evening, and happy stitching to all of you. Catch you later.